When talking about students, I try my best to be the student's teacher first. I want to, and I encourage an inclusive classroom, one that accepts all socioeconomic levels, cognitive levels, different behaviors. All students are included. That means a lot to me. Actually, here at Noyes Elementary, I remember looking in the encyclopedias, and I was infatuated with Lake Texcoco and Tenochtitlan, that is the Aztec capital. They were located in Mexico, and I was just obsessed with their pyramids, with the city built around a lake. Of course, the pyramids in Egypt. And that continued, conversations with my father about World War II, Pearl Harbor. My father was a veteran. He was in the Navy, and he was quite knowledgeable of world and American history, and I just always enjoyed it. Getting out of high school, graduating from Central in '99, I got in the workforce, did some other things. I was going to be a business major at Missouri Western. 2008, 2009. It was a hard time for me. My family and my wife, my father had passed. I'd been laid off from 2 different jobs due to a poor economy. And my wife was actually pregnant with our first child, Katie. And I had the opportunity to go back to college, Missouri Western. There's a program called Workers in Action through the Missouri Career Center. I had a second lease on life. I took full advantage of it. I owe a special thank you to all my friends and family, but especially my wife, Misty. I couldn't have done it without you, and I thank you every day. So I wouldn't be here without you, hon. You will hear singing, a lot of singing. You will hear rapping, anywhere from boogity boogity bop, Mr. Snider's ready to pop, and must be a clone on this microphone, and just getting kids engaged. I feel that if they are looking at me and making fun of me, they won't make fun of each other. It's kind of a show. When I get up there, I have to sell American history. It's my job to sell social studies, and when kids come in with the idea of I don't like history, I'm going to change their mind. And if it's not all, it's most. The kids call me Peter Griffin. The first student that called me that about 5 or 6 years ago, I went home fuming mad. And then I was like, you know what? Once again, kids are making fun of me, not themselves. I can take it. Peter Griffin, I don't know if he's school appropriate at all times, but he's funny. So I just rolled with it, and just from class to class, the kids started calling me Peter Griffin. I don't mind it anymore. Last Christmas, a student brought me the Christmas ornament of Peter Griffin. And so I showed it to each class. It was just a little $5 ornament. Within 1 or 2 days, it disappeared. And I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, that's odd, whatever. Well, then I noticed something in the middle of my classroom hanging. And I get up real close, and someone had stolen it, painted a red beard on it like mine, and hung it from the ceiling. And to this day, I do not know who had hung that Peter Griffin ornament up. But it's not Peter Griffin, of course, it's Mr. Snider. So that's probably one of the funniest moments I've ever had in my teaching career. In regard to what are some of the biggest challenges you face in the classroom myself, I've actually sat down, I wanted to type this out because I thought it through thoroughly. It took me a few days to come up with this. Through the years, I have discovered that the history of our nation is interpreted very differently based on your point of view, your environment, and your upbringing. Students enter the classroom with many preconceived notions, and bias is reflected currently in our nation. A few students come with no prior knowledge or interest in the subject at all. My goal as a teacher and as a person is to teach others to make decisions and solve problems without bias and judgment. Learning takes place when rational decisions are made from evidence and data to support one's thinking. In the end, through the positives and negatives, everyone has contributed to the history of our great nation, past and present. We study the past by learning from our mistakes, which leads to us not only knowing better, but us doing better.